Hey guys, so this channel is going to be for the Quirk and Chandler cousins, and we are making videos to keep in touch, and each week is going to be themed. So this week it's your top 10 favorite TV shows in no particular order because that'd be way too difficult and practically impossible. I tried at the beginning and did not get very far at all. So I'm going to do it from age, so from when I was younger to now. So when I was younger, Rugrats was my favorite show, and the reason it was because I love that they just went on these awesome adventures and did stuff like explore, I don't know, different planets, and they had the cool gator truck, whatever, and that one time when they went in Angelica's stomach and to take out the watermelon seed before it would grow and she would grow a watermelon in her stomach. That was the best show. So Rugrats. Next is Monk. And I was obsessed with this show. I watched it when I was pretty young. It was probably the first real show that adult show that I got into. I really loved the characters. I thought it was hilarious. I loved the relationships between the characters. I loved Monk and his two sidekicks or whatever. And I loved the way he solved the cases. I really liked that whole thing. And it was my introduction into murder mystery shows. It was my first one. The next one I watched was Psych. Psych is my number 3. And I really like Psych. And I thought it was also hilarious. It was my second murder mystery. And I loved Sean and Gus and their relationship with each other and everyone's relationship with each other, I guess. I just really loved the characters. I thought Gus was hilarious, and I still think this show is hilarious. I sometimes go back and watch episodes. And the next is Friends, which I'm pretty sure I was introduced to by the Quirks. They introduced 6 out of the 10 on this list to me, including Monk. And so I love all of the characters. I cannot choose a favorite character because they're all so amazing. What I really liked about this show was the recurring jokes. I liked how they would bring back jokes from previous episodes, so you felt like you were really involved with the characters. So if you got the jokes, you'd be like, well, yeah. You would know them. Okay, next I have Buffy, so also introduced me by the Quirks. So Buffy made me cry and laugh. It made me feel empowered, motivated, absolutely destroyed. I was confused, angry, and really intrigued by the show. This was the first show that I watched with a really strong female protagonist, and I was super pumped about that. It made me feel awesome. It made me want to go out and do karate or something and kick butts. So I really like that show, and all the characters are amazing. Please. Then Moonlight was also introduced to me by the Quirks, specifically Keely. I was pretty hesitant to watch this show. I don't know why, because it's amazing. I think it was just because it was a vampire, and I didn't really want to get into that because it was I don't know, it wasn't cool yet. But I really liked the show first because of Joseph and the autopsy guy, and I was really drawn in by the side characters at first. And then when as Beth and Mick fell in love, I fell in love too, so and I really liked the whole story and each individual stories in the episodes. I really liked that. I thought it was really cool, and they were a little bit scary, but not bad. Then Veronica Mars, another show with a kick-ass female protagonist, and it was and Veronica Mars really presented to me, really introduced to me, really gripping and intriguing storylines that would last for whole seasons. with Lily's murder than the bus crash. And I also really love the characters. Characters are a huge part of a show for me. And yeah, the side characters really hit it home for me, and the dialogue, obviously, and Logan and Veronica. Next is Phineas and Ferb, back to cartoons, yay! I love Phineas and Ferb, and not many people do. Like, my friends all made fun of me for watching it because, I don't know, they just couldn't understand, but me and my dad, we bond over it because we both think the show is absolutely hilarious. Some of those jokes are so funny, and I think the show is the best. Okay, next, Parks and Rec, yay! I only started Parks and Rec this summer, and I like heard about it before, but I never watched it, and then I think I watched a couple episodes with the Quirks. Veronica Mars and Moonlight were also introduced to me by the Quirks, but so I watched a couple episodes with the Quirks, and I thought they were really, really funny, so I started watching them on my own. Like, I watched the first season with my mother, and the first season wasn't as good, but like, it got a lot better, so I'm really glad I stuck around. And it's hilarious. It's hilarious, and I love the characters, and I love the relationships they have between each other. I love the storyline, and I love Leslie, another kick-ass female protagonist, so, you know. Okay, lastly, number 10 is Hannibal, which I am currently watching, and currently very upset about. So, this show is making me go insane, and I do not handle scary or gross things well at all. So, Hannibal's a really big stress for me, and I almost stopped watching it a couple times, but I just couldn't because I was so dragged into the plot and the characters. I'm so emotionally connected to these characters, so I could not let it go. I have to deal with all these scary things and get through it. So this show is probably like the most gripping and maddening and scary and disgusting show I've ever watched, but I love it. So, you know. It's also beautifully filmed and everything, so I mean, that just adds to it because it's a beautiful show, so, you know. So yeah, those are my top 10. So I'm looking forward to hearing everyone else's top 10 TV shows. Yay!